Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning if you happen to be another part of the world. And welcome to the Virtually Yours update and an expert panel. And I'm more than delighted to have four experts from one of my favourite places in the whole of Florida, which is Daytona Beach. And in the in the destination, the expert in the destination is Linda. Linda, good afternoon.
Well, hi, Graham. First off, I want to say thank you for allowing us to share our beautiful destination, Daytona Beach, with you and your audience. I'm Linda McMahon, Director of Group Sales for the Daytona Beach Area and Convention and Visitors Bureau. So I'm very, very happy to have this opportunity. And, Graham, we've talked in the past, and I know that we've shared some wonderful things happening in our destination, but I think so appropriate now is to really talk about, where we are today. It's a beautiful sunny day, light breeze. You can dip your toes in the sand. You can build a sand castle. You can rent a golf cart, go cruising on the beach, which is a very unique, fun experience. There's just so much to experience in our destination. The options are really endless. And, so I really want to just take a second and talk briefly about our outdoor activities. We inside or out, there's an experience for everyone. But recently we created the Ultimate Daytona Beach Trail Guide. And what's nice about that is it's not just trails, it's a little bit of everything in our destination. So you can go hiking, biking, you can do the motorsports trail, you can do our heritage trail, you can do our ale trail. The list goes on and on, but it's very unique experiences for the traveler coming to Daytona Beach.
Excellent. And whenever I've been in Daytona Beach, I've always stayed on a beachfront property, which there is a nice selection, and that's always a pleasure. You wake up in the morning and especially if you're coming from overseas, you jet lag, you're up at the crack of dawn and you can see the sun coming up, and it's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And you've obviously got some major sporting attributes there. Josh, that does look like Daytona International behind you. Am I right?
Yes, you are correct. That is Daytona International Speedway. That's the moment right before the 500 in 2020 with the U.S. Thunderbirds flying over 101,000 spectators in our grandstands and a packed-in field full of campers.
Excellent. Well, Daytona is where it all started for NASCAR, but it does also have some international attraction. I've been in the museum, and there's a British car pride of place in there with the Campbell family. Perhaps you can tell me a little bit, very brief history of Daytona, why it was so important, and the Daytona Sands, the Daytona Flats, and where we are with the International Speedway venue now.
Yeah. To give a brief answer will be challenging, but we'll start. Linda's mentioned our beaches here are really wide, and the hard compacted sand there. It lent itself to racing on the beach way back in the 40s, and so that's where NASCAR got its start. And soon thereafter built a 2.5-mile speedway here just off the beach, a few miles, and that's where the Daytona 500 is run every year. We just completed the 63rd running of the Daytona 500. And certainly over years, we've expanded. It's not just NASCAR. We have sports car racing, motorcycle racing, karting, pretty much anything with wheels. We try to get it here at the World Center of Racing, and that history is something you can see on a daily basis here. We offer tours pretty much every day throughout the year. Get on one of our outdoor trams, ride around, see the facility, sign the start-finish line. Check out different vantage points of the 31-degree banking, and then certainly at the end of that tour, you can cap it off by walking through the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America, which highlights motorsports in all forms and also houses the Daytona 500 champion car. So right now, Michael McDowell's number 34 Loves Travel Stops Ford that won the 2021 Daytona 500 is there, and you can get right up close to it, get your picture. So it's a really cool part of seeing the current, Speedway and the $400 million of renovations that we put into it back in 2016, along with the history of our sport and motorsports in general.
It's a very prominent position and place that you have. I mean, if anybody's ever heard of Daytona, it's almost certainly because of the racetrack. And I don't think you take that privilege lightly. Whenever I've been there, it's a fantastic experience, and the banking is something to be seen. How severe it is.
Yeah, 31 degrees may not sound like a lot, but when you get there on the ground level and you look up, it's pretty steep, and it's amazing to think about, cars going around there at 200 miles an hour, inches apart from each other, and the skill that it takes for those drivers. And then, when you think about the endurance racing, with the Rolex 24-hour at Daytona, what it requires of those manufacturers to be able to build a car that can run 24 hours at those top speeds and navigate the banking, but also the interior road course. It's quite a feat, and certainly a spectacle that we're proud to put on every year.
And just finally, with that little international and that little UK thing, Sir Malcolm Campbell's Bluebird is in that museum of yours, and it looks a magnificent, if rather large, car.
Yes, it is. It is quite a large car, and we're so proud to have been able to partner with the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America a few years ago and relocate their museum here to Daytona Beach from Michigan. It really adds a unique element to our daily tours, and for those fans that are in town, whether it's race time or not race time, able to come by and see, the historical side and some of those unique, interesting cars and vehicles, even planes and boats. And the Hall of Fame does a really nice job of rotating those things out throughout the year. So even if you come, this year, if you come back the following year or another few years later, there's a good chance you're going to see something new and different. So we're really excited about partnering with them and having them here.
Marvelous. Now, Andrew, what do you contribute to Daytona?
So we're kind of the surprise in all of this, the thing you wouldn't expect to find in a town like Daytona. We're the Museum of Arts and Sciences. I'm the executive director there. We have 2 museums here on our site that's built on a perfect piece of pristine Florida natural landscape with a mile-long boardwalk where you can see that nature up close and personal. But we're a Smithsonian affiliate museum. We're one of the largest museums in Florida. We have a big mix of collections from fine arts, decorative arts. We have a hands-on children's science center. We have the Lohman Planetarium. And we have now the jewel in our crown is the C.C. and Hyatt Brown Museum of Art, which is the largest collection of Florida art in the world, where you can really learn the natural history of Florida through fine art. So we're the rainy day attraction. We're the place to come to on those days when the rain just comes a little bit early.
Well, I've actually been to certainly the Sissy and Brown one. Fantastic collection of Floridian art. I mean, really outstanding. I was talking to Linda earlier today saying it's one of my favourite art museums, including the ones in Miami, in the whole of Florida. It's really very, very attractive, and it's great to know that an English bloke is in charge of it. That's even better.
Yeah, that's a bit of a surprise for people when they hear me speak for the first time.
But as you say, with motorsport and sports and a fairly lively night scene, art is not the thing you would expect in Daytona, but nevertheless, it has a big representation there.
Yeah, we're one of the most popular museums in the area by far, and I'd say very large for our size. We bring in Smithsonian exhibits, but we're a perfect place to come for that afternoon when the storms are coming in, catch a planetarium show, have a look around. I always think the perfect day to spend in Daytona, if you want to do the attractions, go to the Speedway in the morning and really catch that banking. Come and visit us when the rains are coming in the afternoon, and then finish the night off at a Tortugas game. And you've got pretty much the perfect Daytona day.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let's move sports. Thanks, Andrew. Let's move sports. Jim, that obviously looks like a diamond behind you. I assume that's the local diamond. Tell me a bit more about the Tortugas.
That is, and first of all, I completely agree 100% with what Andrew laid out, and that is the perfect Daytona day for sure. Some great partners, here on this call, and yeah, behind me, Jim Jaworski, the general manager with the Daytona Tortugas. The picture behind me is Jackie Robinson Ballpark, which is our home ballpark. That was opening night of 2019. So the brand new artificial playing surface was just put in. And the beautiful thing is it always looks that green. So it's even better. Jackie Robinson Ballpark is a historical landmark on the National Registry of Historic Places. Jackie Robinson played at this very ballpark on March 17th, 1946. To think about the history that's taken place at the ballpark, to think about all the players, all the fans, you name it, is a pretty special thing. We are currently a minor league affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds. And 2 weeks from today, we're ready to kick off and get going for our 2021 season.
And do you ever get any of the pitchers coming off injured list coming down to play for you?
We do, especially that's one of the advantages, with us being in Florida, especially early in the season. We don't deal with snow and, cold weather. So that's a good thing. And with us being an affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds. And then, of course, the rest of the teams in our league, with being spring training facilities, and again, the luxury of being in Florida. So it's not only the stars of tomorrow, which is absolutely the case, but then also, the major league rehabs that'll come down at times as well.
And you say it's an artificial turf. Sliding in to steal second sounds like a painful exercise.
I would have thought the same thing, but, given any little bit of moisture, then it turns into a pretty nice slip and slide. So a little home field advantage for sure.
And do you have any, you observe, tourists can come to the game. You observe the traditions of seventh inning stretch and all of those good things?
Absolutely. Seventh inning stretch, a cold drink and a hot dog. And then if you're lucky on a Friday night, we'll have fireworks after the game. And a perfect end to Andrew's perfect Daytona day for sure. There's no doubt about it.
So you boys and girls, you're living the American dream here, aren't you, in Daytona? Absolutely. Fantastic. And Linda, easy access from Orlando for international travelers?
Absolutely, absolutely. We are perfectly positioned for anyone traveling into the Orlando International Airport, just about an hour and 10 minutes away. And the really nice thing about our central East Coast location, you can use us as a hub and enjoy everything that we have. And I have to say that our assets are so immense that once you're here, you don't want to leave. However, if you want to visit our neighbors to the north, St. Augustine, it's less than an hour. Kennedy Space Center to the south, it's less than an hour. So we make the perfect spot for someone to stay here, visit here, and if they have interest in some of our neighbors, then absolutely, it's an easy drive to go and visit that. But yes, so we, Graham, we're looking forward to welcoming our international visitors back. We are open, we are safe. We are looking and asking for everyone to visit us safely and responsibly. But there are so many experiences, memorable experiences to enjoy, that it's time that we all start creating those new memories. I think we're ready. And I know Daytona Beach is certainly ready to welcome everyone to our destination.
Marvelous. Well, on that note, I think we will bring this to a conclusion. Gentlemen, young lady, thank you very much for your time. I can't wait till I get back to Daytona. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.